Hello, Scorpio. Welcome to your bonus reading here on Dove and Serpent Tarot. If you're watching this reading was meant to find you. Please hit the like button, leave a comment, consider subscribing to the channel, especially if this reading resonates with you. Now, this is a general reading, so try to be open and receptive to whatever may come through during our time together. I am merely the messenger. And I ask you to connect directly with each of these cards and use your own intuition to take you beyond the details that I provide. And remember, Scorpio, that the most important part of any tarot reading is you. Okay, we've got the Knight of Cups. We've got a vision of the future that involves love and joy and beauty, pleasure, excitement, fulfillment, satisfaction, a depth of meaning and purpose. We've got that vision of that 10 of Cups. Okay, the Knight of Cups is all about the giving and receiving of love and affection. I think it's safe to say that you're ready to create more moments of joy in your life. You're ready to create more love. You're ready to express yourself creatively, emotionally, right? I feel that you are kind of being driven by your passions right now. Yeah. Let's put this card into some context. Let's see what else is going on with you and this energy. Wow. Okay. Now we've got a Prince of Wands right in the center. The Knights look at the future. The Princes are focused on the present. So in some sense, we have this idea of, okay, I've got this vision of this is the kind of life I want. You got a vision of that 10 of Cups in the future, right? So we know what we need to do today to start doing that, right? It's about having experiences now in the present, because every thought, word, and deed in the present moment, right, is creating what kind of life we are going to have, what kind of life we are having, who we are, where we are, what we're doing. It's karma. Everything we do now is affecting our future, right? Now we've got another card of the future. We've got a Knight of Wands. We've got another card or a card of the past, but another fire card, the Queen of Wands, the Eight of Swords, and look at that, another fire card, the Eon, rebirth, reawakening, the baptism by fire, the doorway to the future, the doorway to a different life. Okay. So it's very interesting you have these cards of looking ahead, looking forward at what kind of life you want and how to get it. Looking at the past, I think, to show where your energy, where your fiery, creative energy has been perhaps misplaced. Okay? Got an Eight of Swords up there. Makes sense to me. Also, if there's anything you would like me to pray over or meditate upon or send positive energy toward, please let me know in the comments. Okay? The Eight of Swords, I said it makes sense. I said that ironically. It doesn't make sense. The Eight of Swords is a card that tries to make sense of stuff, but can't. So it is kind of like you're looking at that. You're looking up and you're seeing that Eight of Swords and thinking, yeah, I've been trying to figure this out for a long time and I haven't come up with any answers. How long have we been working on this one math problem? You know, I think it's time now to, according to these cards, we're not trying to reason our way through this. We're not trying to weigh the pros and cons. We're not trying to do the math. We're trying to follow our heart. You know what your heart wants. You know what kind of life you see in the future. You know what it's going to take to get that. So, Prince of Wands, we start working now. Okay? I think your future is changing big time. I think that between now and, let's say, the next couple of weeks, it's going to be a lot of changes taking place. All right, let's lay out the rest of our cards. The Path of the Serpent here. We've got a five of swords. Five of Swords is good. In this case, it's good because this is stagnant air. The 5 is at least a fresh breeze coming in. We're starting to think outside the box. We're thinking differently. Maybe we're sort of we're getting out of the situation. We're not taking no for an answer. We're not taking the L. We're not taking the loss, right? We're not taking the defeat. We're saying, I'm gonna get out of it. I'm gonna figure this out. There we go, 9 of Pentacles. Making progress. Another Queen. Gosh, there's a lot of court cards here. Queen of Pentacles now. And of course, the Magician. The architect of reality. Yeah. You got to believe in yourself. You got to let Spirit take the wheel. We've got to allow ourselves to become that magician. All right? A lot of court cards here too. I think that there's a lot of people around you, or there's going to be. Let's before we get into all of this, let's select our mystery card, bonus card, confirmation card. This is a random card from the Smith-Waite Tarot. Oh, we got, gosh darn it, we got some volunteer cards. I think I like those cards though, so we won't be too upset. But here's our mystery card. We're going to put it right here with Big Red Ant. If you want to help me figure out a name for Big Red Ant, put your suggestion down in the comments. If you have a prediction for that card, put that down in the comments as well. All right, we can use our intuition. Let's take a look around the room, because we have these, of course, these two, right? The Knight of Cups, again, looking at the future. Looking at what? The Ace of Cups. Okay, I think there is one particular opportunity coming your way very soon that's going to open up a whole realm, that's going to lead you through this doorway. This is a divine doorway. If you should take advantage of this, I think you can see how this one opportunity, this one love, I think this is the Holy Grail. I think this is you falling in love with something that is literally going to change your world. Maybe a person, right? Maybe a romance, maybe not even, right? I feel like it's you discovering your purpose in a way. Yeah. It's going to lead you through this doorway of fire. It's going to lead you to your magician. We only have 2 major arcana energies, this doorway and what's on the other side of the doorway, you being in control of your life, changing your life. You don't like it? You feel confused? You feel maybe lost? You feel that you're not making progress? We're changing that. Okay? I think in the next couple of weeks, I'm predicting a lot of people are going to really start telling you how they feel about you. I think in a very good way. I think that you're receiving recognition for something, or you're receiving some sort of appreciation for your contribution somewhere. I don't know if you, I almost feel like you've been volunteering somewhere. You've been doing something kind of out of the goodness of your heart. And I think everybody involved is going to get together to say thank you. This might be related to something that you're realizing, hey, I'm good at this. I like doing this. I want to do more of this, right? And so maybe that's going to lead you toward your sense of purpose, right? I feel like there is really an intense satisfaction coming in the next week or two. Based on whatever this work is that you're doing now, we see these 2 cards together. Okay? You're involved in some sort of compassionate work. I don't know if you're volunteering. Maybe you're sort of working for a charity. Maybe you're doing some sort of work of kindness or some sort of compassionate work. I don't know what that is. Maybe you work in the medical field. Maybe it is, but it's something out of the ordinary. It's not like your usual work. It feels like it's almost extracurricular. It's kind of outside of the day-to-day routine of your life. Okay? And maybe this is something that's going to happen in the next week or two. where you're going to find yourself involved in this kind of activity that is an expression of love. Now, it could be a creative thing, I guess, but it feels, with all these court cards, it feels that somehow you're being of service to others. And I think in that situation, you're going to discover what your purpose really truly is in this life. That's my prediction, okay? So if you're not already involved in this sort of compassionate work, you will be very soon. And when that opportunity shows up, when you're offered the chance or somebody asks you to help or something, do it. Do it, okay? Whatever is going to put you in a role of being there for others, being of service to a group. It could be that you're there, maybe you're catering an event, right? Maybe you're cooking for a bunch of people. Maybe this is just a family thing. Maybe you're being asked to host the holidays or some sort of gathering that's happening soon, or a birthday, or a whatever, right? And that's very interesting, Scorpio, considering that it's, Scorpio season. So I wonder how this is sort of going to play out for you. If it is your activity, it's you, it's almost like it's your birthday, right? But you're the one that's deciding to give and give and give. Even though you're sort of being recognized and singled out and lifted up, but you're saying, no, I want to give back. It's like for my birthday, I want us all to go and volunteer somewhere. It feels like that. It doesn't have to exactly be that, but it's kind of like, it's something out of the ordinary, okay? It's something that isn't going to be just a typical, you sit around, everybody sings to you and gives you presents, cooks for you and does all that stuff. No, I feel like it's kind of like, it's like for my birthday, I want to cook you all something. I want to do something for you, okay? So find a way, when that opportunity arises, find a way to flip it around like that, okay? Find a way where you can express your love and your care and your compassion for that group of people, okay? It's kind of like someone that it's their birthday, but they're bringing the cupcakes to the office, and saying, here, this is for all of you. Yeah. But I also feel that there is, at the same time, there is this appreciation of you. There is this singling out of you and lifting you up, okay? And to me, this feels really, really good. It feels like a very warm place. Well, probably because we have all this fire energy, but it feels like it's a very supportive place, okay? Maybe this is that time in your life where you are choosing to go through this doorway. Maybe you're choosing a different future for yourself. I mean, it could be that you're choosing a different career. Maybe this is kind of, it's a celebration, but it's kind of like, hey, I'm going to be leaving, because I feel that going through this doorway is a significant change. It's the ending of a chapter. Maybe this is really, kind of saying, okay, this is, this next year of your life is going to be it's going to be a purpose-driven year. This is going to be the leveling up. This is going to be a significant change. I'm doing things differently this year. Everybody likes to make the New Year's resolutions, I wonder if this is kind of a New Year resolution for you. That's saying this past chapter of my life is coming to a close. This next chapter, it's going to be different. Yeah. And maybe it's the difference too that we see going from this fiery activity to now a watery sort of future. Maybe this is, we're sort of closing the chapter on all this ambition. Maybe we're opening up the book on love, on compassion. Maybe it's saying, I'm done striving for certain things now. I'm just going to let the universe kind of take me where I need to go. Maybe this is the idea that says, okay, this year, starting now, I'm going to start following my Ace of Cups. I'm going to start following my heart. I'm going on a quest, like you're making an announcement. Attention, everybody. Attention. I'm going on a quest for the Holy Grail. I may never see you again. Goodbye. And it feels like we're kind of setting out on this big adventure. Yeah. And maybe that's why this Ace of Cups kind of flew out, right? Volunteer, just kind of said, hey, Here I am. Here's this opportunity for adventure. It means you're going to have to sort of change what you thought was your future, right? We've got that Knight of Wands at the bottom. This was looking forward at the Ten of Wands and thinking, that's my effort in life. That's my ambition. That's where I'm going. That's where all my energy is sending me. But this is at the bottom. I almost kind of feel like this is sort of fading away and saying, I don't know if you really want the same things anymore. Yeah. I think you're going to have an awakening. I think it's going to be an opening of the heart chakra. I think it's going to be a realization that your soul wants something else than what you've been working toward. Yeah. What you've been working toward. And so that kind of puts you in a weird position where you're looking at the past and you're looking at the history here, right? Because the Queen of Wands, the queens always look at the past. Even over here, you're looking at the past. The Queen is looking at the past and thinking, I just put in all that effort to do something, and now I'm sort of changing directions. Okay, all right. I mean, it's the Queen of Wands isn't too happy about that, but it is what it is, right? No effort is wasted. Okay, so I think that in the next couple of weeks, the Queen of Wands is the one that has to sort of untie all these things that you've been towing along with you. And kind of thinking, okay, you know what? I don't need these things anymore. We're going in a different direction. I've got to reclaim some of this energy. No energy is wasted. Okay, we just need to perhaps gather it together, and so we can push it toward that Ace of Cups. That new love, that new heart, that new quest. Yeah, a new path. Maybe your interest is sort of, I don't think it's burned out on the path that you've been traveling on. But I think that this new path feels right. It feels, they say when you're on the path with heart, it's sort of easier. Even though there are challenges, there will be doubts, there will be problems that require solutions. But it's almost as if you don't have to force yourself to do it. It's easier in that way. Okay. So I feel like there is a significant change for you. I feel like in the next couple of weeks you're going to find yourself letting go of some things. Cutting some anchors, cutting some things away that you've been towing with you in an effort to go toward your, it's kind of like the person who kind of, they quit their job because they're going to go on some backpacking trip somewhere, right? And they're just going to go kind of rough it for a few months somewhere. And maybe that's what you're doing, right? But I feel that with the Eight of Swords at the top here, for a while now you felt a little unsure of your direction, okay? And maybe this sort of season that we're in now is going to make it very obvious that there's no better time than right now. This is, it's kind of rare to get all this fire and all these court cards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Ultimately, 6, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 court cards. That's rare. That doesn't happen very often. Okay. And the two major arcana energies is kind of showing that, the magician here is taking life into their own hands and saying, I'm going to create a life that I like, that's more satisfying to me, that means more, that has more purpose, that leads me to my holy grail, my spiritual existence, my awakening, right? My Ten of Cups, my satisfaction, the fulfillment of my spiritual will. Yeah. So this may be one of those moments, where we're sort of telling, I don't know who the group of people is, friends, family, coworkers. We're telling them, hey, I'm sort of going in a different direction than I was before in my life. And with the way these cards seem to be set up, I feel that they're going to be very supportive of that. You know, I feel like you have a lot of people around you that sort of, if you're fire, they're fire with you. If you're going to be water, they're water with you. You know, that they're going to be supportive of whatever you truly wish to do in your life. Okay, because they know that you're the type of person that can be aware of their own mistakes. You know when you're not thinking clearly. You know when you're being sort of misled, or you're being sort of delusional, as we all can sometimes be. You're very aware of that, and I don't think anybody is concerned. I think everybody is supportive of you. They want you to do what you need to do for your life and for your happiness. Okay. Now, going through this doorway, it's not an easy task. It's not easy to close the door on the past and to move into this new sort of unfamiliar future. Now, for this card, let's go ahead and do one of our Divine Doorway cards. The Hummingbird Song, nectar of sweetness, in joy it brings. The hummingbird's healing as medicine it sings. Pass this card on. I like that. I like that, right? Sweetness, joy, healing, right? Medicine, singing. To me, that's all water stuff. So it's kind of like you're going through this big transition, and it doesn't mean that you're literally going to have to like move away from your family or quit your job or anything like that. But I think it means that we're going on, maybe it's an inner journey. Maybe it's closing a chapter in our own life and saying, okay, now I'm moving into a life of love, of healing, of joy, of singing, right? Of sweetness, of satisfaction, of meaning. I'm going after depth, not after this fire, ambition kind of stuff. But I think that you're choosing a life of love. And of course, we can say that the fire energy is that passion, because what we have here, of course, is fire and water. This is seeing a life full of passion. This is being moved, being compelled by your own heart toward action. So I like that we have all this fire, but then it's kind of blending in with the water, and it becomes this Ace of Cups and so forth. So I think this is you taking all of your ambition, all of your energy now, and you're putting it into something else. You're putting it into love, healing, compassion. Maybe this is you switching careers. Maybe this is you finding something more meaningful to pursue in your life. Maybe this is you wanting a family. Maybe this is you wanting to focus on the depth of your relationships, or focusing on, service, focusing on healing yourself and others maybe. Yeah. Maybe you're making a big transition into the healthcare sector or something, Because I feel that there's been a little bit of this listlessness for a while with that 8 of Swords. Then, of course, over here, we've got the 5 of Swords. So at least that there is some, maybe some experimentation. I feel like this is really, this is you starting to speak up a little bit. Yeah. 5, we're not just kind of resigning ourselves to the 8 anymore. It's just kind of like, well, I can't find the solution, so I guess I just got to stay here. Maybe there's no way out. Maybe there's no real reason why there's any kind of dissatisfaction. Maybe maybe there's no explanation, right? We've got that 5 of Swords, and I think what we're doing is we're letting Spirit take the wheel. We're putting Spirit back on top. I think we're turning this card around. And I think we're saying, hey, you know what? If I change the way I'm thinking, then I can change my reality. This is a 9 of Pentacles in your environment. Okay? This is you surrounding yourself, building up a life that is more meaningful to you. This is focusing on what is important. Okay. The 5 of Swords, I think it's your ability to, it's changing the way you think. Okay, when the card is like this, we got that point right there. The point of the pentagram, right, is down. It's underneath. That's the spiritual point. It has the little crown on it, you can see. And it's sort of, the spirit is sort of crushed under the weight of the other 4 elements. Okay, in other words, your spirit, or even your clarity, is sort of clouded. The spirit of the thing is sort of buried underneath all the details, underneath the weight of the world. That spiritual light is kind of, it's hidden under a layer of dust and dirt. Right? So what we do is we turn the card around this way. We start changing the way we think. We realize that we have to think in a new way. I got to do something different. Maybe this is really taking a 180 in life, putting spirit back on top, saying that what is more important is the meaning of life. What's more important than anything else is following your true north. Now the compass is pointing upwards, right? And we're leaving off all those things that are just dirt and heaviness and clouding perception, clouding consciousness. I think you're able to see that opportunity. You're able to see that Ace of Cups that says this is what you're seeking in life. Okay. I think for some of you there's going to be a new addition to your family very soon. I feel like you've got a big family, very supportive. I feel like there's another one coming on the way. I don't know if it's yours or someone close to you, a sibling maybe. I feel that there is an older female energy that's also very important to the family. It feels like it's either a grandma or a great-grandma or a great-great-grandma, but it's the matriarch of the family, right? And somebody that is, it's almost like everybody has to go to them for sort of their blessing, you know? And I feel like it's somebody that's still with you, someone that's still in your life, in the physical plane, yeah. And I think maybe it's this queen they might be a Virgo, actually. I feel that this is the Queen of Pentacles, it is that person, okay? I'm getting an S name, or maybe SH for the name. But I feel like that's the person that kind of like, that you want their okay. You sort of want that person's blessing for what you're going to go do. And you're going to go do it anyway. It would be very nice if they would give you the blessing, and they will. You know, they will. It feels like a great-grandma kind of energy. Yeah. Or the matriarch, an older female. Yeah. I think the 9 of Pentacles here in the environment is you setting out on this road, right? And it's all about the Knight of Cups going on that quest for that Holy Grail. And this is the road that you take to get there. And every step you take on that road is progress. Every step on the road is getting closer to that Holy Grail. Getting closer to living that life that you're meant to live. Living your purpose, you know. And it's all about this Magician card, because the Magician is the one that can either adapt to the situation now. You can adapt to how things are. Yeah, well, that 8 of Swords, something's not right, but I'm going to make the very best of this situation while I'm here. But the Magician can also, at any moment, say, I'm changing all this. It's like at any time, we can close the curtain and we can change the set. You know, that's why they keep that a play or something. Everything's on wheels. You sort of wheel everything away, bring in some new stage props and background and all this kind of stuff, right? So I feel like the Magician is you saying, okay, you know what, I've adapted to this life as much as I could. Now I know that it's time for me to change the environment. I really feel as if in the next 2 weeks, you're going to be either traveling somewhere or you're switching, you're doing a 180, either you're putting your effort into some sort of charity or some sort of service work or compassionate work, or you're traveling somewhere or moving somewhere, or you're something big. Okay? And I think I feel like it involves travel. I also feel that it involves medicine or medical stuff somehow. You may be learning another language. Okay? But this is just it. If you can no longer adapt to the environment, if that's no longer working for you, you got to change the environment. I think you need a change of scenery. Because I think you're going after that Holy Grail, and it's taking you wherever it's taking you. And it's sort of your duty to go follow that, right? But it's hard, because I think that it is something that you're telling your family, hey, this is what I'm doing, this is where I'm going. So maybe you're taking a trip internationally. You're leaving your friends and family behind, and it's like they're going to miss you, and you're going to miss them. But you have their blessing. Okay. You have their blessing to do this big thing. Let's look at the mystery card. Maybe that will provide a little bit of clarity into this, or what it may be about. I don't know what we really need here. I want to see maybe that 10 of Cups, showing that this is your purpose, that this is something that you're going to find the utmost fulfillment in. So maybe 9, 10 of Cups, you think? Put your prediction in the comments, okay? It's a 3 of Wands. A 3 of Wands, I think, is good. It's more fire, right? But this is you understanding your integrity. This is you realizing that your body, your heart, and your mind are all sort of telling you the same thing. And the right thing to do is to go and do this. Even if it's difficult. Even if it's taking you away from people that you love, coworkers, family, friends, whatever. It's kind of, it's necessary, and it is right. Okay? It is your integrity that is allowing you to soar to these new heights in your life. To open up this heart chakra and to live a life that you're meant to live. Takes guts, right? Takes guts. And you have those guts because this is a reflection of who you are. This is your identity, the 3 of Wands. This is your true will. Okay? And I think that it is very serious. And I don't think that you can let that 8 of Swords hold you back any longer. And maybe the 8 of Swords is kind of like, well, you've got these other ties, these other responsibilities. It's just not that easy. It doesn't, all those things may be true, but this is who you are. And you're compelled to do it. Okay. We're compelled to do an extended reading. If you want to stick around, there's a link in the corner. There's one down below. New readings for Scorpio Wednesday and Saturday. Be sure to watch both readings. If you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, please do. It is totally free. Doesn't cost anything. Leave a comment and let me know where in the world you're watching from. I want you to know that you're the most important part of Dove and Serpent Tarot. I thank you and I love you, and we're all in this